Okay guys, I thought I would create a couple videos for you because I don't actually have that many videos for you guys because I gotta start stockpiling them. I grabbed number 11 from your book, and I'm not going to do all 6 parts, but I'll do a few of them. So these are the 2 functions from number 11 on page 369, right? Or yeah, whatever, I think it's 369. So ultimately, I'm going to go ahead and we'll do g of f of 0. And remember, your book writes it differently, but it's the same thing. And I'm actually going to not do the stepping stone one. I want to do a couple of the all at once type of deal. So remember, this is really just the square root of 4 times f of 0 plus 1, right? Because that's what it is. We're going to do g of f of x. So I'm going to write 4 times the square root. I did that. No, I did that right. Okay. Oh, no, that's the problem. It has to be underneath. You're killing me. Explain everything. You are killing me. There we go. That. Oh, I'm still erasing. There we go. That looks better. I wanted to switch colors. That's the only thing that was trying to happen right there, and I was just like messing that one up. All right. 2 times a 0, right? Because f of x is 2 times x, all over 5 minus a 0 squared. Okay. And then I will add 1 to that. So I get the square root of, well, here's the thing. This lovely fraction, that should have been red, there we go. This lovely fraction is 2 times 0 on the numerator, in the numerator. So my numerator is 0, so my whole fraction is 0. So it's really 4 times 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, and the square root of 1, 1. Okay? So that's one of the parts. I'm going to shrink it so that I can keep going. I will do, let's just do f of g of negative 1, because that's the next one. So f of g of negative 1, ooh, that's a negative 1, okay? And I'm actually going to do, well, I'll just write it like normal, okay? So ultimately, it's going to be 2 times g of negative 1 over 5 minus g of negative 1 squared, okay? Oh, I should have another one there. There we go. All right, so 2 times the square root of, well, here's where I go with the g stuff. So it's 4 times a negative 1 plus a 1 all over 5 minus, well, I'm going to do the square root and I'm going to square it, and it's going to still be the same thing. 4 times a negative 1 plus a 1. Now, if you read your directions, which, I know you guys don't like to do, but if you read your directions, you would see that it had said, find it if it actually exists. And remember, we are dealing with functions, okay? And so you do really want to pay, like tomorrow we're going to do the domain and everything, and we'll have to worry about imaginaries and where things can't be 0 and where things can't be negative. Right now we're just trying to find values, but we are still dealing with real values. So the fact that I have this right here, which would give me the square root of negative 3, this means it's not a real number, okay? So you're not actually going to have to solve it or write it out. It's just not a real number, so you can just write it. It's not real. Okay? Let's do one more. I got some time. Hold on. Give me a sec. There we go. Oh, there we go. So I'm shrinking that one down. So then let's pick another part of that. Let's do g of f of negative 3. So g of f of negative 3. Okay? And again, I want to do like square root of 4 times f of negative 3 plus 1. And I'm actually going to write it like I did kind of in class. So my f of negative 3, I'm going to do 2 times a negative 3 all over 5 minus a negative 3 squared. But I want to take g of that, so that means that I have to take 4 times that plus 1, and I'm going to do the square root of it. Okay? So that's ultimately what I'm doing, and again, shrinking down so I have a little space. When I go to solve this, oh goodness. All right, so I have the square root of 4. My numerator is going to be a negative 6. My denominator is going to be a 5 minus a 9 is going to be a negative 4 plus 1. Okay. Those negatives cancel out. They're positives. Oh no, guess what? Those 4's cancel out. So I have the square root of 6 plus 1 1/3 of 7. Okay? So just half of the other, the whole 6-part problem, but I thought maybe it would be nice just to have a couple there in case you needed to reference.